Hey guys, figured I'd do a little video today on pretty much my favorite shotgun as of currently, probably because it's the most recent. We got the 590A1 from Mossberg, pretty much the workhorse of American Armed Forces all over the world. Really nice gun, pretty affordable. I'm sure you guys know all the specs if you're familiar with any kind of combat or fighting shotguns. This one, I'm sure as you also well know, what separates and differentiates it from a lot of the other 500 series is the metal trigger guard and the metal safety and the heavy walled barrel and so on. Give you kind of a view of that barrel. It's kind of beefy, and a lot of people, you may ask yourselves, well, do I need this? Do I need that much overdone, overbuilt? Maybe compared to like a Ruger handgun, they're very overbuilt, kind of rugged and sturdy and heavy duty. Probably not. I think most people 500 is going to do just fine. But I wanted it, and to me that's enough justification. These things come in a multitude of different variations. You can get them with the shorter barrel with only the 5-round mag tube. Of course, I opted for the 8-round because this is America and more is better, right? Well, different kinds of sights, ghost rings like the LPA style, or the big ones with the wings on it, with the rised blade sight. All that stuff's all good and well. I kind of opted for the plain Jane one myself, though. I've always kind of liked the bead sight, simple, easy, get up underneath it, just kind of use your receiver as a rear sight. The only thing I really did to it was I painted it blaze orange, makes it a little bit for the, eye to acquire. But other than that, you can get them with different stocks and speed feed stocks, along with the other sights. The options are pretty much endless. Another thing, get them with different fore ends. Of course, they have the Blackwater edition. I kind of like the traditional corncob style. Heat shields. Like I said, the M4 AR-15 pistol grips. I just kind of like this one. Kind of like the plain Jane. Does well for me. I haven't had this gun too long, maybe about a month or so, and I've already put, probably 500-600 rounds to it because it's just so much fun to shoot. A lot of people will recommend, of course, a shotgun for what they call home defense, which to me is kind of a buzzword, kind of a buzz phrase, whatever the case may be. To me, someone kicks in your door, enters through a window, home invasion, that sort of thing, and you go to grab something like this, there's nothing defensive about pointing a 12 gauge at an intruder. So, as far as attachments, I've pretty much kept it simple. I don't like to put a bunch of stuff on my guns, and that's fine if you do. Some of them look kind of silly, or maybe, mall ninja-ish, range ninja, but hey, if you're safe, and if it gives you pleasure, then, you know what, knock yourself out, go for it. Do what you want, whatever makes you happy on your gun, and don't let anyone else tell you that you can't do it. Like I said, I kept it simple. This isn't really a bedside gun for me, otherwise I'd probably have a light mounted on it. This is mainly just for, the range and outdoors and plinking. But I do believe pretty much every long gun, especially shotguns, need a sling. And in the past I have used 2-point slings on pump guns. I found that those could cause problems, especially if you go to rack the slide. You might get your sling hung up on here, and I've seen to where, and I've done it myself, where you lose traction. So I always kind of liked to go with a single point. And speaking of single points and other gear, you're not going to get much better or do much better than a SOE single point bungee sling from the guys at SOE, John Willis. They make top-notch stuff. Moving on to other gear from them, it's pretty important that since we're all limited in capacity for the most part, unless you have a KSG on ammo. So everyone, for the most part, tends to like to run side saddles, and I agree. I don't like the kinds that mount to the receiver. I find them to be problematic sometimes. They work themselves loose, and since they usually go, you know, in the housing of the receiver where the pins and your trigger assembly go, you need to kind of take those apart to get everything out if you want to detail clean it. So I like using, again, the SOE side saddle. Well, technically it's called the shotgun card, and they come in, I think, 5 and 6 different rounds. But it's really easy. It just attaches with hook and loop, as you can see there. You just go to like Walmart or any kind of hardware store and get you some the soft side, you know, the female side of Velcro. Slap it on there, and then since this has the male side of the hook and loop, you just take it, boom, you're done. Stays on there really good and tight. Works really well. And of course, if you run out, you just rip it off, slap another one on there. Pretty simple, fast, a lot faster than reloading your current side saddle that's mounted to the gun with hardware, you know, whether it's the cheap kind of janky style, the Tac Stars, or the you know, better built ATIs or Mesa Tacticals. I find this works pretty well. One good thing I do like about this version, this is the 20-inch version, so you get the full-length mag tube. Of course, the gun is parkerized, you know, heavy park. Is the ability to hold a lot more rounds than a traditional tube-fed pump gun. Of course, you can hold 8 in the tube, 1 in the chamber. For home offense, I like to keep mine mag tube filled with buckshot, you know, double aught buck. I don't like the tactical loads or the recoil loads because, as you could probably guess and figure out, that means low power. So, and I also recommend using the 2 3/4 stuff. It works just fine. It'll take down pretty much anything you need to. I don't think the advantages of a 3-inch Magnum shell could potentially, you know, turn the tide of a fight. I think there's too many cons that might come with it, you know, extra recoil, less tube capacity, so 2 3/4 just works fine. As far as what I like to keep on the side saddle, in case you need to make maybe more of a precision shot, I keep slugs. Any kind of Foster slug will do, whether it's the Remington sluggers. I got plenty of the Winchester Super X. I like to kind of index them for 2 facing down and then the others facing up. Of course, you know, that way if you need to, you run dry. You know, take one out, it's taping, ram it into the receiver, and you're ready to go. So, anyway, like I said, this is, I'm sure you've seen a million 590A1 videos, but you haven't seen mine, so just thought I'd like to share something that I really enjoy shooting and gives me a lot of enjoyment. So, whoops, stay up there. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed it. I will probably be doing a few more vids on this gun because I'm pretty much queer for this thing. Not really a Mossberg fanboy, but we do own a few of their shotguns and they seem to work all the time, every time. So this thing will be getting one more, I guess, little accessory to it, and then I'm going to call it done. Magpul, it's about time, and that's all I'll say. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and there will be more to come. See you later.